Here we have a 2025 Ford Bronco. This one comes in a two-door configuration. We get four-wheel drive. This paint color is Oxford white, and then we have the dark space gray and black onyx cloth interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine that's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 275 horsepower, 315 pound-feet of torque. And to the front end here, we get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. The lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But love the front fascia of the Bronco. Ever since they brought this back, it really has been something that people really want, and you can see why. Down here to these wheels, these are going to be 17-inch aluminum. Power door lock controls are there. Little side pocket, headlamp controls, electronic parking brake, hood release. We get a manual tilt as well as telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our manual driver's seat. We can pump the seat up or down, control the seat back there, lumbar support, and then we can move the seat bottom forward and back as well. But a big thanks to Auto Collections of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this Bronco today. I'll leave a link below in the description, but if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. Takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Fuel fillers there. And there's a look at the back end. The tow hitch. There's the exhaust. Let's go ahead and open the back. So there's the cargo space with a second row up. Little storage there. Get a 12 volt in the back. And then for the seats here, you want to pull up the bottom. I'll just show you real quick. It's kind of a hassle with one hand, but so you pull this up here, and then what you do is pull up here, and then that allows it to fold in the floor, and you have more space if you want to run longer objects through. But you can see the difference in the cargo space with the second row up as opposed to it down there. And this one does have the optional hard top, which I highly recommend. It really helps with the wind noise as opposed to the soft top. Now to get back here, you can see that seat, and you do have your lower anchors in a pretty good spot, honestly. It's kind of hidden by the seat itself, but if you need those, you can get access to them. And then we do have lights throughout, LED, and the latches for the hard top. But over here, you do have two USB-C charge ports for the back seat if you ever have anybody back here. Not a ton of space with it being a two-door, but not terrible, honestly. Now again, that adjustability, you can pump the seat up or down, seat back there, and then seat bottom right there. Lockable glove compartment with owner's manuals. Now as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. Let's check out the blinkers. So incandescent bulb in the back, and then the LED up front. But now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So vinyl wrap steering wheel here, it actually feels pretty nice. Looks good as well. And there's the horn. Up top here, little storage tray if you want to use that. And then you have your hazards, traction control, and then the trail turn assist you can activate there. To the radio itself, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth, and then we have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility as well. Your settings here, you can adjust your language, units of measurement, tire pressures, all of that in there. And then your features, your driver assistance, you can come in here and adjust the pre-collision assist or the rear view camera delay. I like this over here on the new Ford radios, how you can kind of pull certain things up on the screen. And it's a pretty fast system. Backup camera, guidelines follow you, just turn the steering wheel. Nice big picture there. Now down here below, auto stop toggle is right there if you want to turn that on or off. Volume knob can be adjusted there. You can turn the audio off here. And then you have a tune knob on this side and kind of seek play and pause there. Single zone manual climate control, so temperature can be adjusted, fan speed, power, fan direction. And then down below here, you get a USB-C, USB-A duo. And while you have something on the charge cord, you can kind of rest it there. Now for the shifter, grab the lever on the back, reverse, neutral, drive, manual modes there. You can manually shift with this button on the side. You can see what gear you're in on the left side of the gauge cluster, nice and big in this setup. And then you have your drive mode, so you can use this. You have normal, slippery, eco, sport, and then your sand. And then you can adjust the four-wheel drive controls there. Now we do get one-touch up and down windows on both doors. Power mirror controls are here. Center console cubby space is here. 12-volt there. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Up top, sunglasses holder, the LED lights, vanity mirror, and then back to the steering wheel, blinker, intermittent wipers all through here, low, high, and then your rear wiper here, 1, 2, off, and then you can pull all the way up or all the way down to get the rear wiper fluid, push in this button here for the front fluid, and then high beams right there. Now for the cruise controls, just activate that there, and then you can set the speed, cancel, resume. Volume can be adjusted there, and then track list, radio station presets here, Bluetooth, voice recognition, and then we have the menu buttons, all this here we can use to go through certain information. So you have access to the tire pressure monitors, trip meter, fuel economy, all of that, and then different gauges. And you can also configure it as well. But then you can also go to these settings and adjust certain things in there too. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Bronco two-door out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Bronco two-door here, I like the overall stance of the vehicle. With the two-door, I feel like you're in a small car, like a sports car almost, but you're just lifted. Saying that to say, it's just very easy to maneuver this thing with the setup here. It's just very, very nimble in that sense. Now the normal drive mode is pretty good in terms of just pickup. You can give it light pedal and then you can kind of maximize your fuel economy, or you can go into the eco mode and it'll kind of do the best that it can for you. But I do like the normal mode here. It's just a nice middle spot for everyday driving in between the eco and the sport. Now even with the hardtop here, relatively noisy just based on this setup, but the four-door with the rag top, now that's loud. And if you're driving one of these, not really a big deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to give it a pull getting on the interstate here. So let's put it in sport. Gonna come around this corner and then floor it. Here we go. So, I mean, it's quick. Wouldn't necessarily call it fast, but it got up to speed. It has a turbocharged 4-cylinder. So with that being said, that's pretty impressive. And as you can see, as you can probably hear, it is really loud in here as you get up to speed, even with the hardtop here. As you kind of slow down, the wind noise deadens a little bit, but for the most part, it gets loud in these Broncos, just like you'd expect in a Wrangler or something like that. Not really bothersome for me, but don't get this if you're coming from a Mercedes and you want that same sound quality in the cabin. You won't get it. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this Bronco today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these new, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, for this to have a Turbo 4, I will say I love the engine sound, love the exhaust. It just sounds like an aggressive, older 90s Bronco. And that's what a lot of people are coming from to get one of these. That's what they love about those. Just the off-road experience, the sound of the vehicle. And then, of course, if you're a newer Bronco owner, or if you've had yours for a long time, the reliability of those. You see so many of those Broncos get 200, 250, 300,000 miles on them. Biggest thing that really kills those is rust. But it's just different. Like a lot of vehicles that are brought back, even like this Camaro in front of me, these cars are brought back. You have to deal with emissions, so you're putting 4 cylinders in them and things of that nature. But honestly, as the tech gets better, these cars, to me at least, they're not as nostalgic, but they're quicker, they're safer. A lot of the times they're just faster in general, and they look better. So I mean, same thing goes with this Bronco. I will say I do have that nostalgic touch for the like 89 to 95 body style, but they did a really good job bringing this back. And I think if you're in the market for something like this, specifically if you're looking at a Wrangler, or if you're trying to replace your older Bronco and you can't find anything close to it, this is a good way to go. And the fun factor still here, not fast, but certainly quick for a 2.3 turbo 4-cylinder engine. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Ford Bronco 2-door.